Megan Fox is getting closer to welcoming her baby, but don't expect any heartwarming co-parenting moments with Machine Gun Kelly. Despite expecting a child together, the two are reportedly not on speaking terms, and Megan is making it clear that she wants nothing to do with him.
Now, I don't have a comment on the status of the relationship.
Sources say the actress has completely cut MGK out of her life, and honestly, her friends couldn't be happier. Apparently, everyone around her feels like she's finally come to her senses by shutting him out for good. And given their history, it's not hard to see why.
For me to really focus on healing myself emotionally and not unlike my mom, connecting to myself, prioritize my kids and making sure they're okay.
Their relationship was always a roller coaster, but things completely fell apart at the end of 2024 when Megan allegedly found texts from other women on MGK's phone during a trip to Colorado. After that, their already rocky engagement was officially over, but even after the breakup, MGK reportedly wasn't ready to give up. Sources say he was still holding out hope for another chance. The problem? Megan wasn't buying it. She supposedly doesn't trust him as far as she can throw him, which, let's be real, is not a great sign for a relationship. While she believes he loves her, she also knows his ego gets in the way, especially when other women give him attention. And the worst part? He allegedly refuses to admit there's a problem, let alone that he needs to change.
I don't know, you almost feel maybe jaded.
So, despite any pleading on MGK's part, Megan seems to have drawn a firm line. She's not interested in giving him another chance, and sources say she has too much self-respect to deal with any more of his drama. But that doesn't mean she hasn't struggled with the situation. At the time of his alleged cheating, she was reportedly completely shaken, trying to process everything and come to terms with the fact that it was really over. And to make it even worse, she was dealing with all of this while pregnant, carrying a baby she'd been hoping for, especially after going through a miscarriage before. Just imagine that, going through heartbreak while also trying to stay strong for the little life growing inside her. No wonder she shut him out.
I had never been through anything like that before in my life. I have 3 kids, so it was very difficult for both of us. And it sent us on a very wild journey together and separately.
But while insiders claim the two aren't even on speaking terms, MGK is pushing back on that narrative. When TMZ reported that he and Megan had cut off all communication, the rapper took to Instagram to fire back. He posted some shirtless photos, because of course he did, and cryptically wrote, "How can sources say when the sources haven't said anything?" So instead of directly addressing the situation, he went for the mysterious and shirtless approach. Bold choice. Now, their relationship has always been a wild ride. Passion, drama, and plenty of breakups. But how did it all start? Let's rewind to the beginning. We thought we would take a quick glimpse at their journeys prior to meeting each other, before we take a look at how MGK and Megan Fox fell head over heels for each other. MGK grew up having an estranged relationship with both his parents, and at a young age found himself having run-ins with the law, homeless, addicted to heroin, and with a baby on the way. This all while trying to make it as a rapper. And who can forget his famous feud with rapper Eminem that nearly had him exiled, after he made inappropriate comments about Eminem's daughter while she was underage. Though facing many more struggles and disputes through the years, there is no doubt that Machine Gun Kelly isn't afraid to push boundaries while he has been cultivating a movement of his own for nearly a decade. In 2020, the rapper surprised fans by making a complete shift into new musical territory. The rapper switched musical genres, going from rap to punk rock, with his 5th studio album, Tickets to My Downfall. And it was just prior to the album's release when he met his so-called twin flame, Megan Fox. It was since then that fans started to notice that the bad boy has, well, calmed down a lot. Fans have been speculating that since finding love, for the first time, MGK has realized that changes need to be made in his life for him to be a better partner and father. Similar to MGK, Megan also managed to have run-ins with the law during her younger years, and after moving to LA to pursue her acting career, she got involved with booze, drugs, and parties. The wild years didn't last long, and it wasn't until Michael Bay offered her a role in Transformers that Megan Fox went on to become a household name and was solidified as a sex symbol. Megan's unfortunate descent came when, during an interview, she compared Michael Bay to Hitler. Needless to say, the actress was almost immediately written out of the franchise. Her promising career as an actress pretty much came to a halt, as many people were hesitant to work with the actress again. Megan hit a breaking point, with the media practically tearing her apart. It wasn't until 2020 that a 2009 interview with Jimmy Kimmel resurfaced. In the interview, the actress talked about how director Michael Bay made her dance around in a bikini under a waterfall at 15 years old for the movie Bad Boys 2. Both Jimmy Kimmel and the audience's response was extremely demeaning and sexist, and clearly made Megan very uncomfortable. Needless to say, the interview didn't age well. In 2020, Kimmel faced major backlash when the interview resurfaced and the media quickly started to back Megan. This time, not as a sex symbol, but as a form of an apology for how they treated her post-Transformers. It seems that after years of being out of the public eye, talk of her re-sparked when we saw her again starring in MGK's music video, Bloody Valentine. It also wasn't long after the video's release that dating rumors started to spread. Fans believe Megan's attraction for MGK was rooted long before they officially met. Megan once stated in an interview, prior to meeting MGK, "I've always gone for skinny, tattooed musician types who wear women's pants and nail polish." So, it's no surprise that it didn't take long for the actress to cozy up to the now punk rock artist. The two met while filming Midnight in the Switchgrass and were immediately drawn to each other. Fox goes so far as to say,
I knew right away that he was what I call a twin flame. So instead of a soulmate, a twin flame is actually where a soul has ascended to a high enough level that it can be split into two different bodies at the same time. So we're actually two halves of the same soul, I think.
That's quite a big statement to make after meeting someone for the first time, but their relationship didn't slow down from there. After starring in the Bloody Valentine music video, MGK confirmed dating rumors and made it social media official when he posted a photo of the two on his Instagram. MGK captioned his post, "Waited an eternity to find you again." MGK must be referring to Megan's twin flame theory, believing that their souls have been searching for each other all this time. Wonder what Fox's ex-husband has to say about this theory. Megan was married to actor Brian Austin Green prior to her relationship with MGK. The two met on the set of Hope and Faith. She was 18 years old while he was 30. The two were married for 10 years and had 3 kids together before separating in May of 2020. Brian Austin Green denied that MGK had any involvement in their split, despite the fact that the separation came very close to the time the two lovers met. Brian Austin Green mentioned in one of his podcasts, "Neither one of us did anything to each other. She's always been honest with me, and I have always been honest with her." However, he did at one point seem a little sour towards Fox's feelings for MGK. As sources previously revealed, he was upset by the announcement of their relationship. He stated that he doesn't understand the need to post social media pictures with silly captions to proclaim her love for MGK, especially since they aren't even divorced yet. The source went on to say that Brian thinks Megan moved on too soon. Fox and MGK's escalation of their relationship is probably no surprise given the way they talk about their romance. But, like Brian Austin Green, we've also found ourselves wondering if the couple went in too deep, too fast. Although it is evident that MGK is a lot tamer than during his younger years, the rock star inside is still very much alive. MGK celebrated the success of his latest album, reaching #1, by throwing a guitar-sized cake onto a random van. Megan Fox was there to celebrate her man's success, but was careful to be featured in any of the footage. This is not the only video where Fox seems to shy away from MGK's camera. We wonder if it has something to do with her not wanting her kids or the media to see her involvement with these wild antics. Fair enough, given how the media has already portrayed her in the past. Or is Fox shying away from the camera more deeply rooted? Megan Fox has previously talked about having insecurities, self-harming, and OCD tendencies, and has acknowledged that she has low self-esteem. Can the mom of 3 handle her new man's wild rock star antics? And how does she feel about introducing him to her kids? Now it's not like MGK doesn't have a kid of his own, but as the years have passed, he has not shied away from the spotlight or downplayed his love for drugs and alcohol. So we can only assume his daughter is well aware of her dad's wild habits. Despite it all, MGK has proven his love for his daughter, as we have seen him constantly featuring her on his Instagram. Diving deeper, one of the tracks on MGK's new album includes voice recordings of the couple talking. In the recording, the actress talks about how she worries if her boyfriend remembers the stuff that he does to her since he's either really high or really drunk. MGK's reply was, "Of course I do. I cherish it. I burn other memories just to make room for those ones." Although MGK is sober from heroin and cocaine, he is still an avid user of mushrooms and LSD. On the topic of drugs, MGK once said,
"You can't, as a world, expect to break people down constantly and not expect them to want some type of escape."
We can't help but wonder how troubled Megan Fox is by her twin flame's relationship with drugs. Despite MGK's wild escapades, his relationship with Fox has escalated rather quickly. In another one of MGK's voice recordings, Fox says, "That's not possible," when talking about how at the time, they met 4 months ago and had already got tattoos of each other's initials. That's a pretty intense step to take so soon in a relationship. So, what do you think? Is this really the end? Or do you think MGK will find a way back into Megan's life? Are they destined for one last reunion? Or has she finally closed the door for good? Let me know in the comments.